1. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Item number 3, roll call. We'll start at this end.
Do you want me to say my own name?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Echo Hunt, here.
Okay,
Chris Cook here.
perfect.
John Hunter here.
Welcome, John. And Sarah Kelly here. Amanda Rollins is sick, so she is not here. She messaged me right before the meeting, so. All right, item number 4, approval of the agenda for May 3rd, 2022 meeting. Geez, I don't know why that took me so long to say that.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for the May 3rd meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, perfect. Item number 5, approval of the minutes from March 29 meeting, which
We don't have.
I sent some minutes, but I think she accidentally labeled them October, but they were March. So.
I'll get with Cindy to get that corrected.
Okay. Item number 6, volunteer group reports. Anyone? Sure, you can speak. I'm sure you know what's going on.
Testing. Is it on? Laura Lessig, 15201 Fairview, on behalf of the Fraser First Booster Club. I wasn't sure if anyone contacted Sherry Stein to be able to come to this.
The clerk's office.
Okay, and, but anyways, we're still waiting for the weather to get better so we can do the pour-on play underneath the zip line at the park. And we had a group of high school students come last week and clean up the park and lay some mulch and everything. It looks pretty good, and it was so helpful for them to be there and take care of some garbage and everything else in that park. There was about 30 students, so that was kind of cool. Other than that, we have fairy doors displayed within the park as well as at Baumgartner House, and I believe we're going to have some at the library as well. And other than that, we have a Ram's Horn fundraiser coming up on the 19th of May from 5 to 8, I believe. And our next meeting will be I don't know what the date is, probably the third Tuesday of the month. So word will come out on the Facebook, social media, on where that will be and the time and everything. So, and that's it. Any questions for us?
Great job.
Thank you. Item number 7, report on current events.
We are currently working with the Big Bounce America is going to do 2 weeks now instead of 1. That's coordinated through the department, so we are going to extend that to 2 full weeks in Steffens Park. Our softball leagues are starting up for the adults. We do have 2 separate leagues that are being privately run in the fields. There should be additional information if there's any league vacancies for those. At the Senior Activity Center, we're in the process of rolling out Meals on Wheels. We're going to start doing catered meals during the day. It's called Dining Senior Style. We're just trying to finalize all of our fire inspections and improvements in the building to get that going, and that is going to start on June 6th. And tomorrow at the Senior Activity Center is May the 4th. It's our Star Wars Day there, and we're trying to do more themed events and get those kind of peppered in as we can to add a little excitement back there. That's where we stand. A lot of the other items are going to be part of the next agenda topic of discussion. I'll save that for our calendar of events.
Okay. The item number 8, overview report of Parks and Recreation. I can't read today, I'm sorry.
We are trying to set a calendar of events so that we can get this established more on a yearly basis instead of playing catch-up where we are right now. This, I know, is part of the, I guess, the statutory requirements of this body is to help set the, calendar of events for the city. So we're working on getting this concrete so that every year in December, we can bring it to you and go, for calendar year 2023, this is what we propose. Any additions, amendments, changes, so we can get that going where people actually know in advance what to expect. For June, we're going to be kicking off with the farmers markets. I'm working with a couple area Parks and Recreation departments to figure out logistics for movies in the park. Most likely it would be held in Steffens Park going forward on a monthly basis. We've already been in talks with Fraser Star Lanes about doing a mother-son bowling event in June. Even though they're going to have reduced hours, they said they would open to accommodate us if we wanted to host the event there. We thought that was a good trade-off because of the daddy-daughter dance being specific for that arena. We were going towards something where mothers could bring their kids out. It doesn't necessarily have to be mother-son, but just an event for mom. And it has been done in the past by the city, so we're hoping to reprise that and have that sooner to fill a gap in some programming. We are working on getting the city picnic parade up and running, and communication should be out about the parade soon for individuals that are interested in participating.
Just a quick question. Is the farmer's market in May? Isn't the first one May?
I'd have to look at what we have it on the schedule.
That would be this weekend.
And usually, it would be
I thought it was
usually
May
this
14th.
weekend.
Okay. Well, I know we've got about 20-plus vendors, so I just have to confirm which Saturday we have it on. I'll adjust that.
What are they, the second Saturday then of the month? Okay. I just knew that I was missing every single one.
Any questions, additions?
I have one more question, though.
Uh-huh.
For, the city parade, are you guys having your own committee? Are you looking to form a committee to help run it? What's
I've got to
the
meet
goal?
with the city manager and public safety director to try to determine the logistics so we can go forward. Jennifer Millar, who previously worked in the recreation department's been kind of assisting me in getting everything compiled for this, because she did oversee the one of the last parades that was done. So we're hoping to get at least a basic setup going from there and kind of branch out if we do need additional into a work group.
Awesome.
Yeah, May 14th is the first farmer's market. My apologies.
Okay. So there's no application or anything for the city parade?
There will be. I don't have that out yet, though.
Okay, all right.
And all of that planning starts May?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm reading everything right, so.
Council would request that we do that, so we're making it happen in short order.
Okay. I always feel like we had something in November, but I don't know what we ever had.
I've been trying to look and find things to fill in the gaps. I'd like to have ideally something every month.
Right.
We are working with Advancing Macomb for more programming. There should be, at some point, we're getting a grant to do basketball, like stations on our basketball courts, so there may be even like a kickoff event for that where we have people in attendance from area sports organizations. So as we get more of our Advancing Macomb partnership growing, I anticipate a lot of those being kind of collaborative with our Parks and Rec department.
Is there any, I don't think it's going to happen this year, but is there any chance like kickball's coming back?
Advancing Macomb is kind of spearheading doing like a collaborative sports like intro sessions and the 5-week programs, like the smaller programs for kids. That's partnership with like Mount Clemens. Believe they've got Clinton Township to some extent involved, and that was where it's a nonprofit that council has allowed us to partner, and we provide a minimal amount of funding, and then they get additional outside sources to help run these programs and staff them.
So how do people find out about these programs?
They are going to be promoting them once we have the actual flyers for that and the signups. We're going to be pushing that through our Facebook as well as the city website and the channel. It's just, they've just started this year as their first year with the program, so we're kind of playing catch up with them as well.
Any other questions? Okay. That was kind of a
Name it.
little combination for the other business, the discussion of setting event calendar for the city. I think we kind of combined both of them, huh? Yeah, I mean,
We'll obviously make the amendment for the farmer's market to be placed in the May through September.
and is this just like a,
It's supposed to
It's
be
just
like
like
a
a
living
rough
document.
draft?
Yeah.
okay.
So we want to set tentative dates and what our goals for each month would be, what we would anticipate to be planning. I'm hoping to build this out to more of like a budget for each month, what we anticipate, what we need to be scheduling, what we've kind of contracted with, so that as we figure out what each of these events cost us, we can have a more accurate representation of what we need for this department, at least on the supply end and for vendors and contractors.
Okay. We're on 9A.
No, but
Okay.
I thought so, but I wanted to know, is that where this May 9th meeting comes in, at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is that kind of where that would come in?
There's the meeting that,
Oh, the master plan meeting?
Yeah,
That is for our 5-year recreation master plan that we need to have in order to not only kind of focus our Parks and Recreation Department, but also it's a requirement for a lot of grants, like through MDNRE. Without a 5-year master plan, we're ineligible for a lot of their additional funding.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what we've done historically, where they do kind of an audit of all of our parks. We put together our goals of what we anticipate wanting to do, what we could potentially do, and that's, I believe, the kickoff meeting for planning with McKenna.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you refresh, that's at 3 PM?
That I don't have.
Yeah, it was
It was,
May
it was
9th.
at 3, it was
Monday.
May 9th, 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like, I thought it was 3 PM, but, yeah, I'm terrible at times. I don't know if there's anything else. Anyone else have anything about the calendar, setting events?
I would like to see maybe November, December, January, opening up an ice skating rink back at, Stephens Park.
I'd love to have that ice rink back.
I will have to talk with Mark, because that would need to be something we amend the budget, because I know that is pretty costly to have it set up and will require additional staff for the grooming. So I'll get with Mark to determine how much that would cost to have. And I believe we do need to get additional rider from Nickel and Saf, our insurer, so we will check on those items.
And I had asked about this last year. Is it possible that we could somehow work with Somerset Swim Club and do some like water aerobics? I know they were open to it last year.
I will reach out to them. It's a great way to partner with them, especially having it connected to our park. I know a lot of residents automatically assume it is a city pool, so that's always the fun.
Well, and it would be a way that
They can get
residents
some-
could do water
Yeah.
aerobics without having a pool membership.
Yep. I will reach out to them and see if they'd be willing to partner with us, kind of similar to what we do at the Senior Activity Center, where there's a split in revenue. We split, I believe, at 70-30 to the contractors when they come in to do chair aerobics, Tai Chi, so
Okay. Linda Handren is the
Okay.
president over there.
I will reach out to her and see if that'd be something we could explore.
And I know that they've used them for like when they had Parks and Rec summer
Yeah, they did
programs.
A couple things
So, yeah,
there.
so maybe that would be a good thing.
I'll be first in line. Any other concerns, questions about setting the calendar? Okay, moving on to item number 10, citizen participation. We have one citizen, so I'm sure she'd love to speak. Of course you do.
Laura Lessig, 15201 Fairview. Thank you for talking about the 5-year plan. That was on my list. And so I understand there's a initial meeting starting on May 9th, and you get started on that. And then, because my concern was you needed to have the survey out there, have time for that, to see what the residents are looking for.
Like a year and a half behind where we need to be to
Right,
have
exactly.
it out timely. I know we're doing it through a contractor, so it may take longer than had we done it in-house, but I'm hoping that we can get a good comprehensive examination of where our parks are at, because I know we get resident complaints regularly about conditions of things, and without being out there and walking the parks individually, I think this will give us a good baseline of where we need to go and where the funding needs to be allocated appropriately. I'm hoping that when I get some time, we can focus on grants, because I do think there is a wealth of grants out there that we haven't been exploring citywide. And parks specifically, there's so many things that we can get for free or low to no cost from the state and federal government. Anything we can do on our end to bolster this department without having to put it onto the taxpayers, I'm all for. So I'm hoping that this plan will be a stepping stone in that direction for us.
So I'm assuming the commission is invited to this meeting?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Very good, thank you. Couple things. If the council can have a Zoom along with their meeting, why can't the other commissions have a Zoom meeting along with in person like they do? Because I think some people can't get out, whatever, I mean, would like to be a part of this commission or any of the other commissions. So I'm not sure why council is the only,
We've got a technical issue that we're working on getting a switch for. We had like a 30 to 40-minute delay with the council meeting, and it was due to our Zooms just not communicating well by using 2 layers of streaming with YouTube as well. So we're trying to get that corrected. So this was just for this meeting only. We are going to continue to do Zoom with all of our commissions. I just didn't want to have us here for 40 minutes to an hour, rebooting, restarting, when
Right.
okay, thank you.
it's available. Sorry about that.
No problem. You mentioned the farmer's market for May. I have not seen anything out there on social media regarding needing volunteers for that event. Usually they have several that
Yes.
help out, setting up.
Check in, check
checking
out,
in,
or check-
all that stuff. And I know Hunter did quite a bit last year with Dana Sutherland when she was running it. So I have not seen anything about that, and that's already in a week and a half. The city picnic or the Lions Club, whatever, usually the Parks and Rec has events throughout that weekend, and I haven't seen anything out there about if they're gonna have anything. As far as the city, like, they had Meet Your Dogs or whatever, and they had activities for the kids on Sunday and things like that. So I don't know if any of that's been discussed. That's what we usually do. I noticed nothing has been done yet with the extra trees that are going to be put in Somerset. That was approved back in March to have trees put up along the fence, and I'm not sure if this is the right forum to even talk about it. I could bring that up to council, but it's time for planning, and I think the sooner the better with that. And there's still open seats on this commission. I don't know what happened, and I know Christine was going to ask about the person that was
The Morgan.
approved
Yeah.
at the council that wasn't here for an interview, but she was approved to be on this commission. Whatever happened with that, plus there's still an open seat. So I think that needs to be advertised more to get people involved. And as you talked about the 5-year plan and then the grants, that's good. We have a Facebook thread going out there regarding Steffens Park and how we could really vamp that up into something unique for the community and for the surrounding communities. Not everybody wants a splash pad. There's one over here, there's one over there. But it's the city needs to get that park in order, especially when we have the new signs, that people will come and enjoy our park.
Are we getting new signs? I'm just kidding.
We'll see it when I'll believe it, right? They promise, should be a couple months, right? Right, Sarah? I think that's all I had for now. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Laura.
Good citizen.
I know. All right, item number 11, commission members with concerns. I'm starting to my right this time.
Well, I'm the new guy here, so I'm kind of just
I can swing back.
seeing where I'm at. Schedule events. I had 2 pages of stuff done that I just randomly thought of, and ironically, everything's on here. Somewhere in there, there was some expression of in residents a cornhole tournament, kickball tournament. I mean, I live right across from the park. I look at Diamond 2. And for the past few years, because of COVID and all that, it's sat empty. And it's so, Sunday, I got home early from work on Sunday, and there were people practicing softball. It does me so much good to see that park being used. The tennis courts, as the weather gets warmer, I'm hoping that more activities go there. I just enjoy sitting there watching just the guys practice, because 90% of the time one lands on my front yard, and I have to go out there and throw it back to them. So, the thread on Facebook, there was there was 25 comments on it, and I think our citizens got ideas, and we got to run with these ideas. We got to make sure that we're talking about them, but we got to do something about it. We got to make sure that, I know funding, I don't know everything there is to know about this right now because I'm new, but I'm willing to learn and see how things work around here. Thanks.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Commissioner Hunt.
Well, I don't really have much to say, other than what's already been said. I appreciate all your hard work.
Yeah.
I appreciate all your comments,
Yes.
because they are very good. And that's all I really have to say. I'm just thinking about those water aerobics. That might just be me out there by myself.
I'll be with you, I'll do it, I'll do,
But
My lunch break and run over there
that's right.
out of my
I
hubby.
appreciate all your yard waste pickups from our cleanup. And that's it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Cook.
I just wanted to thank the 7 or 8 people that came out to the few parks to clean up last Saturday. Echo and I did Somerset. I know there was a couple people at Fort Fraser. There was one person at
Blanky. Yep.
Yep, and one person at McKinley cleaning up. It was great that you came by and picked up everything after we picked it up. But yeah, I'd like to see that start tying in some more and get more people out at the parks. Like, I told you Richards Middle School, their NH Society helped last year do it. The Boy Scouts helped do it. The Girl Scouts helped do it last year. And we had 8 people. So that kind of made me sad that we only got 8 people.
I'd been hopeful there'd be more. We had about, I want to say, a little over 2,000 people just on one post alone with unique interaction to it, whether it be a click-through. So I think it was just, unfortunately, the nice weather for first day of the season took anybody who might have been interested away from us. But I do want to work more with the school and try to get this on a regular basis, because I do think it's a constant need. It's not a one-off situation to help maintain the quality of our parks.
Anything else?
That's about it.
All right. So I was one of the late goers to park cleanup on Saturday at Fort Fraser. It was after doctor's appointments, and my friend, actually, her family was at Fort Fraser. I literally just missed each other. But the amount of stuff that I picked up afterwards, and there was a ton of people at Fort Fraser, they all watched me pick up
While they're playing?
Yeah, while they're
Yeah.
all playing, the parents are just sitting there and they're like, oh, it's muddy. I'm like, I get it, but I'm still picking up. I picked up like 3 bags myself, of just, just grocery bags. Most of them were like cigarette butts. But I was shocked at the amount. And then the most disgusting thing was a dirty diaper that someone just left in the middle of the grass. So that was 10 feet in front of a trash can, by the way. So that was awesome. But I mean, I think the weather, like you said, was everyone's like, oh, it's nice outside. We're going to go play. And there was a lot of people at Fort Fraser, a lot more than I
Yeah, it was packed that day.
expected it to be.
We did get a lot of good cleaning out of Stephens, at least. I really appreciate the residents that stepped up to help that day. And that's why I'm really hoping that we can get this on a regular basis, not just for the civic engagement, but for the park's betterment. Because
Maybe even set up once-a-month calendars with some of the local, the Boy Scout
Yeah, if
troop.
they
the
wanna
Girl Scout
volunteer.
troop, or something like that,
I
because
mean,
we're always looking
yeah.
for, ways to get volunteer hours, especially the Richards Middle School. She, anytime I asked, she would be jumping, like, I have kids to do this, I have kids to do that, I have kids to do this,
And
so
I
they were
know that
excited.
there are liaison officers that work with high school students.
yeah, I
So-
was going to check with Officer Evaldi.
Yeah.
We kind of did overlapping events with the cleanup. Just to address the arborvitaes at Somerset, we are going to be checking into when the installation is. Elaine and actually, I were talking about that this afternoon, so you read our minds.
I was gonna say she read your mind, so. And then my only other concern was the other commission member that did not show up for their interview. And I know that technically city council doesn't even have to, like they can appoint anyone they want to onto the commission. I did get asked why we didn't recommend that person to join the commission, and I simply explained that they just didn't, they didn't show up for an interview. So how was I don't even know if they still have an interest for it. So, I know they went ahead and appointed them anyways, but that didn't really work out in our favor. So.
I don't believe our clerk's been able to get a hold of her, so I don't know what the status of that appointment is. I do know we have the one vacancy.
And I've been trying to word of mouth talk to parents and like, hey, someone actually approached me today and said, do you guys still have an opening? I said, we sure do. Like, I'd love for you to come. Because I know a lot of people want to get, they're ready to get back into the swing of things. I just think that they don't know where to start. So I told them this is a great place to start. Get your hands a little dirty, at least get some information, volunteer. I think that's the hardest part is people actually volunteering for things, so.
I think once we get things rolling more, we'll see more involvement from the community. It's just, we're slowly treading back into the water after having been kind of reduced for a couple years, so.
Like we lost 2 years of our lives.
I agree with that.
Other than that, I don't think I have anything else. Welcome to the commission.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here. It's nice to actually start to fill in some holes, so. I don't think there's anything else. I think this is like the fastest meeting we've ever had, guys. I'll take it. All right, item number 12. Wants to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:30,
I'll second.
7:29.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by, why am I drawing a blank?
John.
Commissioner Hunter.
Hunter. Commissioner Hunter, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting adjourned at 7:30. Oh, look, there's my timer going off right now.
Yeah.